can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah, so good morning. So, like she said, my name is Judith. And so, your first question, the career options in tech. So, there are several career options in tech. And so, basically, I'm going to be classifying them into two, technical and non technical. So those for those of us who may not really like the technical aspect, you may find the non-technical aspect interesting. And for those of us who like technical stuff, you may find the technical option also interesting. So tech basically have different tracks. We have web development, mobile app development, machine learning, artificial intelligence, cloud, and so, product design, data analysis or science, and so on and so forth. But I just named like some of the very common ones that we can easily like lay our hands on and start building our skills on, right? So yeah. So as a web developer here, mostly you'll be interacting with the web. Most of us, how many of us are on social media? Correct. So basically interact with social media, right? It's on the web. You can access your social media account on your mobile phone or on a desktop, on a laptop, tablet. And so there's something called responsiveness. I want you to note that down. Responsiveness. That is ability to build application that can respond to different devices. So if you're using any of your social media accounts on like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on your mobile phone, or on your laptop, or on your tablet, you can see that they respond accordingly. Then it's quite different from mobile app development, and there are different languages that you can use to write programs or softwares as a web developer, right? So the next one, I'm just going to keep it very brief. You just note them down and you make more research about these different tracks, right? So we have the mobile app development. So there are different programming languages that are used to develop this mobile app. So what are mobile apps? So somebody's telling you, go to Google Play Store or go to Apple Play Store and download this app. Basically, there are engineers who sat down and developed those apps and uploaded it on those stores for you to gain access to, right? Then there are cloud engineers. Those are the guys in charge of our servers, deployment, maintenance, anything that has to do with the cloud, right? So most of your data, they have like a storage, right? So there are people who are skilled with this knowledge that are able to do most of the functionalities that have to do with software being deployed or being on the cloud, right? So data science, these are guys that help us with data. Data is life, like part of day-to-day life. There is nothing you want to do that you don't use data, right? You need data. So there are people who are data scientists or analysts who are trained to manage data. Thank you. Manage data, work with data, right? And every other thing associated with data science as a field. Right. What other product management? So most of those things that I said are like the technical side. We have quality assurance, right? These are the guys that test. Once a software is being built, we want to make sure that it is quality, right? So it has to go through what? Quality assurance testing to make sure that this product does it meet some certain criteria before you and I can use it, right? So those are like most of the technical aspects. So like the non-technical aspect, you'll be hearing product management, product design. So these are people that before you see those software, people will take out time to design the software. That's the UI UX designers, or you know them as product designers. They design
Okay.
this software.
So you just said something, and I want you to shed a little more light on it. You said
Okay.
UI UX. So I want you to like say it in full so that they can
Okay.
understand.
All right. So UI means user interface. While UX means user experience. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that car over there. You are seeing the UI, you are seeing how beautiful it is on the outside, right? But it's when you take that car on a spin, you get to experience what that car can do, right? So when you log in on your Facebook, you see the interface, like, wow, Facebook is so fine, it's so nice, I like the color, I'm able to interact with this. So your experience on Facebook when you click, when you log in with your username or password and you click on the submit button, where it takes you, how you are able to navigate through the application is the what experience. By the time you don't have like a very simple or easy way of using such application, that means the user experience bad. So for most of us who may want to be like a UX designer only, that means your main focus will be on how will my users be able to interact this with this software with little or no aid. Do you get? So the user interface part is the interface. How are my users? How is the color I feeling? I cannot mix black with with with
Maybe
an
red.
odd color. It's looking so ugly. The aesthetics is zero. There is nothing to write home about the interface. It's looking odd.
So basically, a user experience person is someone that deals with how you experience a product, right?
Exactly.
And the interface, anybody that is in user interface, somebody that like works on how the
The
product
interface, yes, the color,
yeah,
the
the
font,
feel.
exactly. Of her. So that's just a brief summary.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for that. Thank you so much. So I want you guys to know something from what you just said, right? It means that there are different parts of tech, right? It doesn't necessarily have to do with coding and all those other more technical parts. There's some other parts that are still very much interesting that you can go into. And can somebody tell us one of the things she said? She mentioned about four. Can somebody mention one? Data analysis. And do you know what data analysis is? Can you give us a rundown? Okay, so a data analyst is somebody that works with data, right? That analyzes the data that people have already collected. So let's say a researcher now researches about a product, the data analyst kind of like analyzes that data. What age group are they? Just like the way you came here, I will ask you what age group are you in. Now that is the work of a data analyst. You understand? Can somebody else tell me another thing that they said? Okay. Artificial intelligence. That's interesting. That's actually a very interesting one. I don't want us to really go into that because there's a lot.
Yeah. Let me just give you a brief where you can find the artificial intelligence at this level. So Google just added a new feature to Google Search. So if you are searching on Google Search, you will see the AI prompt that will tell you whether you want like an advanced search experience. That is AI in action. Even on your phone, when you are sending an email, you see these prompts. Those are AI. So if you want to know how AI is, maybe I will drop the link to Google I/O that happened this year. I think in California or San Francisco, I can't remember. But you will get to see what AI is doing now in the world. Yeah. So,
That's actually very interesting. Everybody give her a round of applause for that. All right, so this next question goes to Damilola. And it goes like this. You are a backend developer. What does it mean in a layman? Just explain it that these young people here can understand. What does
Okay.
backend development mean?
Okay.
Well, into front-end development.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
Okay.
3 minutes.
Okay. So why we use the word backend is because, for example, let me just use the car that Judith already used. You are looking at the car now, right? You are seeing the light, you are seeing the color, you are seeing the glass. Everything you can see and you as a user can interact with is what we call front end. But until you open that car's, was it bonnet? They call it bonnet, and see the engine, you won't see the engine, right? You won't see all the things inside under. That's called what? For us, the backend. So when we write software that directly affects what you see. So we can decide to say this color we want is Nigeria's independence. We want to change all our colors to what? To green. And green and white, right? The front end are the ones that are going to make that change happen.